everyone, and welcome to the 54th episode in our AI and You podcast series. Today is Friday, April 16th, 2021, and I'm your host, Vikhar Saidi. I'm a computer scientist and engineer, a lecturer and a consultant, and I'm also the author of several books. My most recent book is about artificial intelligence and is titled The Genome Affair. The Genome Affair is a speculative work. It examines what the world might be like if some of the more extraordinary capabilities forecast to be realized in AI over the next 20 to 30 years were actually realized today. Given the growing list of frightening existential threats humankind now faces, the book pays particular attention to the impact AI is expected to have on world affairs. The book is available in ebook format for those who prefer to read on a digital device, but it's also available in a high-quality paperback edition. The Genome Affair is available on Amazon, so I hope you'll take the time to read it and to leave a review. Amazon book reviews are very helpful for writers. I'm very interested in how science and technology influence world affairs and the big questions facing humankind, studying at the confluence of the great disciplines of human history, political science and thought, international affairs, science and technology offers a deep understanding and pedagogically important lessons of how advances in human endeavor have influenced and impacted civilization. I'm available to give talks on artificial intelligence and its related technologies and on the impact AI is expected to have or is already having on our world. If you'd like to get in touch with me to arrange a web-based event or consulting meeting with your company or organization, you can find my contact info in the podcast notes below. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share it with others if you find the content valuable. Thank you. And now, on to today's podcast. In our last podcast, episode 53, I spoke about the ethical dilemma involved in the development of AI-enabled facial recognition software. In today's podcast, episode 54, I'll talk about the new AI regulations that are about to be announced in the European Union. Let's get started. On April 21st, the executive branch of the European Union, the European Commission, is expected to release an initial set of rules regarding the development and use of artificial intelligence within the EU. Although it may take some time before these rules are enacted into EU-wide law, the process will require parliamentary approval. This is the most rigorous and strictest regime anywhere in the world. As in the case of privacy, the EU is, once again, leading the world in its efforts to protect its citizens from the more nefarious aspects of Fourth Industrial Revolution technologies, while balancing their expected potential to benefit the economy and society. The European Commission's first-of-its-kind proposal is expected to prohibit the deployment of AI agents and systems in society that can be used to manipulate human behavior, along with systems used to exploit data gathered about any individual or group for commercial benefit. With exceptions for certain law enforcement applications, AI agents used to enable surveillance will also be prohibited within the bloc. For example, the use of facial recognition technology in public spaces will require explicit authorization from EU and national authorities. Non-compliance or violation of the European Commission's AI rules are expected to result in fines of as much as 20 million euros, or 4% of a company's annual sales. This punitive framework is similar to the one accompanying the EU's Global Data Protection Regulations, or GDPR. Additionally, any AI systems deemed as high risk will require advanced inspection by regimes designed to ensure that the systems have been trained on unbiased datasets. AI agents that could potentially endanger the safety of citizens or their lives or basic rights, as well as the EU's democratic processes, will also be included in this category. Some high-risk examples include AI systems used to approve admission to educational institutions or in staff recruitment algorithms, as well as systems that evaluate an applicant's creditworthiness. Self-driving cars and AI systems that can be used to predict crime will also be included in this category. In some cases, companies will be allowed to perform these inspections internally, but in other cases, verification will need to be performed by independent agencies that will issue time-limited certificates of compliance. These rules are expected to apply equally to companies based both within and outside the EU. The European Commission is very concerned about how artificial intelligence is being used in China to strengthen the Communist Party's authoritarian surveillance state, with facial recognition technology and a social credit system at its core. The EC's intention is to ban these types of systems completely. Draft versions of the forthcoming rules are pointing towards a comprehensive ban on what they consider to be dangerous applications of AI, whilst also limiting or restricting other systems that do not meet the new standards. The Commission is emphatic in communicating that they are not willing to allow powerful tech companies to remain on the honor system, in which they are essentially left to self-regulate, as is presently the case in the United States. The European Commission's rules proposal also seeks to prohibit AI systems that can cause harm to people by manipulating their behavior, opinions, or decisions, as well as those AI systems that exploit or target an individual's vulnerabilities. Rather, the EU is signaling that it intends to allow AI into their economy and society using a human-centric philosophy, an approach that will actively encourage and support the development of advanced AI, whilst also ensuring that it is developed and used within guardrails underwritten by their ethics and privacy laws. AI agents and systems that improve manufacturing processes through the incorporation of automation and robotics, and those that can be used to better understand climate change, or those that can improve the efficiency of energy distribution throughout the national electricity grid, will actively be encouraged and supported. But AI agents used to determine Social Security benefits, or to process asylum and visa applications, or to assist in the process of adjudication in the courts, will be categorized as high risk and would be subject to a considerable degree of scrutiny. But the proposed rules will allow for exceptions in certain circumstances. They will permit authorities to use AI systems if they are to be used to help in the fight against serious crime. For example, AI-enabled facial recognition technology in public places might be allowed if it is used for a limited period of time and in a predetermined location or region for a specific security operation. With the announcement of these rules on April 21st, the European Union is sending an unequivocal message, a warning shot of sorts, to other countries outside the bloc as well as to the tech giants involved in the development of advanced AI systems, that if they would like to continue to access the world's largest market, they will need to understand and comply with their regime. Nevertheless, Google's former CEO and chairman of America's National Security Commission on Artificial Intelligence, Eric Schmidt, believes the European Commission's strategy will ultimately fail, since the EU is simply too small to compete on this issue on its own. Schmidt believes the EU will need to partner closely with the United States on these key platforms. Time will tell, but the European Commission and the European Union have together taken a very important step in the regulation of artificial intelligence that can serve as a template for others as they contemplate their own defenses against perhaps the most powerful technology humankind has ever invented. Thank you for spending some time with me. I'm trying to follow the TED Talk format, and so I'm keeping these podcasts under 20 minutes. Let me know what you think. I hope you'll find these insights into artificial intelligence helpful, and I hope you'll read my new book, The Genome Affair. It's on Amazon. Until next time then, this has been the AI and You podcast with author Vicar Saidi.